Now that the doors are fixed, we're going to look at getting the roof magnetized. I think is the next part. So I need to build a bar, but I'm out of glue. So now this print comes with should have come with two locating nubs, as we can see here, but they're not really man enough for the job. So thankfully we're going to stick a couple of magnets in there, because that's easy. I think we're just going to put one each in here. Now I could go ahead and put two here, one here, but that's going to be too much magnet, and this isn't a play piece. This is just, the roof, funnily enough, is just for display. So I think I'm going to put two here and two here, just to keep it intact and keep it lined up nice. Now I've got my collection of the largest magnets I've got, because we used all my medium-sized ones on the patrons. So we have a pin vise drill. I keep my drill bit with the magnets that they're the same size of, so that saves me having to search through all of my drill bits. Now, for those who are unaware, this is how you use your pin vise drill. See, that attachment is too small. I don't think I've got one the right size. I have to do this the old-fashioned way. I've also got two pin vices, so let's have a look. Nope. Okay, so I don't have a pin vise big enough. No mind, no matter. Is the good thing with the drill bit is they all work the same way. All I'm going to do, here's our guard. Well, we know this thing's hollow, so we're going to go straight through this. So just turn this. There we go. That's gone straight through. That's torn it nicely. Nice. That's fine. Of course, this is layered plastic, so that's why we get all these lines. I don't think this is a good idea. Now we look, but we'll see how well that fits. So it goes in nicely, but is it going to be strong enough? We'll see. Just going to drill through here. Got some permit down there. I'm thinking about it then. I reckon just one. So then on the nice and subtle pink, thankfully the roof pegs are already lined up. This is much denser plastic. There you go. That actually works in our favour as well. So I've got a couple thin ones here. So it means here we're not actually going all the way through, but we'll still get a magnetic contact point. Okay, the camera pinged at me there. Yeah, so gone through a bit further on that one. This pink plastic is dense, absolutely tough. But never mind. So now we've got some holes. Let's fill them. For now. So I'm using thinner magnets on this side because I ain't going too far into there. What I'm going to do is get a paper clip. Trusty stack of paper clips. Now this is important because although we've got none to line up here, just like with the patrons, you want to get them so they're the right side up. So we're going to put that one in there first. Definitely need some more super glue as well. So nice big blob there, because obviously we're sticking mainly to the edges. So we're going to put that in there, make sure it's flush. Make sure it's flush. Nice. Then obviously with this side, let's find a nice thin one so we get the right one. As we can see, there's different thicknesses here, so I think that one might be better. Nope, that's too thick, so it's going to be one of these ones. So this is where we've got the paper clip, because what we need to do is make sure these stick the same way. So that sticks to that. So Go it this way up. Glue around the edges. Put that in place. Make sure it's straight and flat. Finally on this side, we go with a bigger one, so or we can do that, which is come out. That is what they refer to as a very tight fit. So what we'll do, we'll feed some glue into the edges and then press it down so that it's flush. And we're going to put some magnets on the other side. I need to keep this in shot, this bit. So, this corner and this corner, that, I don't know if you can see, isn't attracting at all. So, because we know this side doesn't attract, we're going to put paper clip this side. No, we're not. Put paper clip the other side. So that should, yeah, that's not gluing. So that means that this side is the attracted side. So this is the side that we want to have facing upwards. A bit too much glue there. Fine. Force that in. Make sure it is flush. Then that actually holds the whole thing. That's how lightweight plastic is. But we're still going to put two more in for safety. Haha. So that's attracting that side. That's just going to pull the magnets right out. Put more glue on then, because I presume we didn't put enough glue in. So that's the thing. So we're effectively gluing this around the edges because this thing is hollow. Let's do the other side while that dries up. Right, that's the attracting side. So again, that's rejecting. This is the back one. Get the glue all the way around it. Hope for a decent contact point. Now I can't test this one because the magnet will stick. So let's also find another one. So that's rejecting. Definitely need to pick some more glue up. Oh, how loads comes out. So let's knock the camera over. Am I still there? Awesome. Oop, oop, it sounded like the police. And because this thing is hollow, I'm just using this paper clip just to make sure I can pull the magnet out slightly. I'll put that upside down and make sure that's flat. Awesome. So we'll give that a moment to dry. Put my magnets back away. I have a stash of magnets, so probably too soon, but yeah, they've gone in slightly too recessed, I think. There is a attraction there, which is good. I mean, this isn't going to be carried about by it anyway, so it's only locating it more than yeah. Very not happy with that. Another think on that. Yeah, it's definitely gone in a bit too far. It's the problem with it being hollow. What I could have done is put some putty in first. But that will. Still, that works. Right. You can pick it up by the roof. So, as we mentioned when we looked at earlier on, we've got a little bit of fixing work to do here. This slightly, but I don't think that's going to be too noticeable. That's the primary one, because that's quite a big thing. So, now there's obviously plenty of cheap putties could put in there. You know, your milli putt, which isn't much good for sculpting or things like that. But I'm just going to use some actual green stuff because have you read the channel description? So I have a sculpting tool, mix up some putty. So I'm just going to quickly give this a big knead. All I'm going to do is just basically blend this into one. So we're going to get rid of this whole seam. I'm not going to be too tidy about it, get the edges perfectly straight, just enough to hide it more than anything. So let's just make sure this green stuff is properly mixed. Nice consistent colour. Then we're going to make sausage green stuff. Just plonk it on. Looking at it, I think there should be a seam, but not quite such a big one. So what we're going to do is press this green stuff actually into the gap. And use the sculpting tool to just push it all in. Now if this had been a straight line, because this is indented slightly, I'd have gone and duplicated the detail, but it's not really designed to be like that, I don't think. So and again, we're going to be painting this anyway, so it's not going to be massively visible. Push that all in the gap, including this big gap here. And thankfully, using the edge of the sculpting tool to maintain that line. I think I've mixed up too much putty. Again, such a small detail, I doubt anyone will notice it. Use the knife just to clear away some of this excess. Sorted. What I'll do, I'll change sculpting tools for a thinner one. And just ease that in. Cool. So again, it's not the most tidiest, but it'll do by the time it gets painted. Now I've got no more real fixes to do other than to make a bar. And I'm going to see about a magnet for the sign. Cool. Might just make the bar off camera because I need time to work out what I'm doing and I need to find some glue. So, back in a bit.